I've fallen in love with a lot of tools ever since I started shooting product B-roll, particularly bottles, things with liquids and all that. But there's just this one tool that sticks out for me every time. Not so many people own it. I think it belongs to a set of group of people. I think those into pastry making, anything that has to do with things that you can spin to display. I think these people are the ones that are majorly seen using it. But for product B-roll, this tool has been very, very instrumental in all the sessions that I have conducted. The shots that you've seen of me shooting beer B-roll sequences in cans, bottles, and a lot more other things that I've done over here on my YouTube channel, which I have videos over here. So I'm going to be linking them up there and down there in the description below. So check them out and let's go right straight into the tool and let's talk about why it's so important to me and why I think you should get one for yourself. Let's get right into it. All right, so let's talk about the subject of this particular video. It is right over here sitting next to me and it's in this box. It came in this box and okay. All right, so this is called a turntable, or you can preferably call it a rotating disc because it rotates, as simple as that. Okay, so mine is of plastic build, which means that the durability may be questionable, but it comes in a lot more shapes, a lot more sizes, a lot more design in materials that are they are designed from. So this being a plastic, we have several others that come in flatter sizes, in metal, and also in wood design, so you can make choices for yourself. I'm going to be linking to the products on online shops that you can find these down there in the description below, so you can check them out. And also the use of this is actually in videos that I've made across the months before today. I'm going to be linking them up there, beer B-roll sequences, so you can check them out if you are interested in them. And of course, definitely you're going to be in awe to get one for yourself. So talking about mine, all right, it's run by battery power, so that means that it can automatically spin on its own. There are manual ones for that matter, so you can choose if you want to go with a manual one, which is definitely going to be at a cheaper price, but it cannot always be at a cheaper price because the pricing can also be determined by the material that the design is made from. All right, so mine runs on these large size batteries. I have one example over here. Okay, so I don't know if you can see it. All right, this size of a battery goes right down there, and it has this click in cover. All right, and that's the whole setup. That's all that you need to do. Just place in the battery, and there's a flip switch right over there which indicates down the on and off. So I just flip it to the on and automatically it spins. I don't know if you actually see it. There's nothing so prominent over there to make you see, but I think you get the idea. All right, so because this is motorized and it runs on battery, definitely chemical energy transformed or converted into electricity means that you have to be very careful when you're working with liquids. This is not only meant for liquids, it can be used for all kinds of products that you can have your hands on to shoot. So basically I shoot beer B-roll sequences and other things with liquid like wine, basically drinks. All right, so being a motorized electronic device and having water or liquids close to it, causes a lot of risks. You have to be very careful when you're using them. So if you're going to also go into what I do, using this for beer B-roll sequences and liquids for that matter, you have to be very careful with what you're going to do with it. Talking about the build quality of my sample, there's a bit of play up over here on the turntable, and down below is quite heavy because of the motor in there, and the bit of play over here isn't so much of a bother because it doesn't so much affect the spin and the consistency of the spin when I'm using them for my B-roll sequences. So let's go straight to why I think you will need one. If you enjoy shooting beer B-roll sequences, if you enjoy shooting product videos, B-rolls, anything of that sort that you're going to think about, keeping it dynamic with motion, I think you need to get one for yourself, because I thought that I wasn't going to use it as much as before. When I purchased it, it stayed on the shelf for quite some time until I started shooting Beer B-roll sequences, and I realized that I could use it for a myriad of endless possibilities. So if you are into that craft, or you are interested into getting into Beer B-roll sequences, shooting products, consider that, and add some bit of creativity when you are during post-production. When you're editing, you can use keyframes. I have another video over here, of course, on my YouTube channel. I'm gonna link it up here so you can take a look at how I shot my B-roll sequence and edited it also with the use of keyframes. And I think that you're gonna learn a thing or two, and probably you might get one for yourself. So that brings us to the end of the video. I use a turntable for most of my B-roll sequences and all my sequences when it comes to products, small products I can set actually on this. And I think you have to get one for yourself too, because you're going to notice the change in creativity and all the endless options that you have if you get one of this in your stack of gear. So thank you very much for watching this video through to the end. If you enjoyed it, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my YouTube channel, and turn on the post notification button so that you'll be always notified of future videos when I upload them over here on my YouTube channel. And of course, share it and offer it to your friends across all social media platforms. And I'm going to catch you next time, just as I always say, see ya.